Cultural erasure is not just about forgetting the past. It is an act of deliberate silencing, a force that tries to make a whole way of life disappear. Imagine your favorite songs, the stories your grandmother tells, and the special foods you eat for holidays were suddenly forbidden. Imagine the words you used to say "I love you" or "home" were taken from your tongue. This is what cultural erasure feels like. It is the systematic removal of a people's identity, their connection to their ancestors, and their unique place in the world. It aims to replace a vibrant, living culture with an empty space, a quiet where a chorus of voices once sang. This process is not accidental. It is built on the belief that one culture is superior and another must be removed. We see simple examples of it when history books only tell one side of a story, leaving out the experiences and contributions of Indigenous peoples. It happens when sacred mountains are renamed after settlers, or when traditional ceremonies are mislabeled as folklore instead of profound spiritual practices. These actions, whether big or small, chip away at the foundation of a people's existence. They are designed to make Indigenous peoples feel invisible in their own homelands, turning them into strangers on the land that has nourished them for generations. The danger of this erasure is that it severs the sacred cord that connects generations. Culture is the vessel that carries knowledge, values, and resilience from the past into the future. It teaches young people who they are and where they come from, giving them strength and a sense of purpose. When that vessel is intentionally broken, the loss is immeasurable. It creates a profound wound not just in individuals but in the entire community. Without the compass of culture, navigating the world becomes a struggle, and the wisdom of elders risks being lost to the wind, leaving a void that is difficult to fill for those who come after. For Indigenous peoples, culture is intertwined with the land, the language, and the community. It is not something that can be put in a museum. It is a living, breathing entity. It is the language that describes the color of the sky over the plains, the ceremony that honors the salmon's return, and the story that explains the creation of the stars. To erase this is to erase a unique way of seeing and being in the world. It is an attempt to quiet the songs of creation and replace them with a hollow silence. But the echoes of these songs have never truly faded, and they are now growing louder once more. For over a century, the United States government enforced policies designed to systematically dismantle Indigenous cultures. A key weapon in this assault was the federal Indian boarding school system. Beginning in the late 19th century, these schools were created with the explicit goal to kill the Indian and save the man. Indigenous children were forcibly taken from their families and communities, sometimes hundreds of miles from home. They were forbidden from speaking their native languages, practicing their ceremonies, or even wearing their traditional clothing. This was not education. It was a calculated campaign of forced assimilation, meant to sever their ties to their heritage and identity. The scale of this operation was staggering and its impact devastating. A 2022 federal report identified over 400 such schools across the country, and later updates pushed that number to 417. The investigation confirmed the deaths of nearly 1,000 children at these institutions, with burial sites found at dozens of locations. These numbers only hint at the widespread abuse, neglect, and profound loneliness that countless children endured. Beyond the schools, laws like the Code of Indian Offences of 1883 criminalised Indigenous spirituality, making it illegal for our people to gather for ceremonies, dances, and other sacred rites until the American Indian Religious Freedom Act was passed in 1978. This cultural attack was accompanied by the seizure of land. The Morrill Act of 1862, for example, granted nearly 11 million acres of Indigenous land to states to fund the creation of public universities. Land taken from almost 250 different tribes, often through treaties signed under extreme pressure, was used to build institutions like Michigan State University. These universities, which became centers of American knowledge and progress, were built upon a foundation of Indigenous displacement and loss. The very ground where students now walk was once home to thriving communities whose connection to that land was sacred and inseparable from their culture. The loss of land was more than just an economic blow. it was a spiritual one. For Indigenous peoples, land is not a commodity to be bought and sold. It is a relative, a teacher, and the source of all life. It holds the stories of our ancestors, the medicines that heal us, and the sacred places where we connect with the Creator. When the land was taken, so too were the languages that described its features, the ceremonies that depended on its rhythms, and the entire economic and social fabric of tribal life. This physical and spiritual dispossession left a deep and lasting wound on the soul of our nations. The legacy of these forced assimilation policies continues to echo through Indigenous communities today, leaving deep intergenerational scars. The trauma inflicted in boarding schools did not end when the children returned home. It was passed down through families, manifesting as cycles of grief, pain, and disconnection. This historical trauma has contributed to significant mental health disparities. A 2023 report from the CDC revealed a heartbreaking statistic. 1 in 4 American Indian and Alaska Native high school students had seriously considered suicide. This is the heavy price of having your identity, language, and spiritual foundations systematically attacked for generations. Losing one's language is like losing a part of one's soul. Language is the lifeblood of culture. It shapes how we perceive the world, how we relate to one another, and how we understand our place in the universe. For young Indigenous people, the inability to speak the language of their ancestors can create a painful disconnect from their elders and their heritage. It can make them feel like outsiders in their own communities, unable to fully participate in ceremonies or understand the deeper meanings of their traditions. This loss of connection is a profound source of sadness and can erode a young person's sense of self-worth and belonging. Yet in the face of this history, a powerful movement of cultural revitalization is taking root. Across the nation, and particularly in places like Oklahoma, tribes and public schools are working together to bring Indigenous languages back to life. In the 2023-24 school year, over 2,500 students in Oklahoma enrolled in native language courses, a significant increase from just over 900 a decade earlier. In school districts like Lawton, located on the Kiowa Comanche Apache Reservation, students now have the opportunity to learn Comanche and Kiowa, reclaiming the voices that boarding schools tried to silence forever. This work is more than just an academic exercise. It is a profound act of healing. Studies have shown a direct link between language revitalization and improved well-being in Indigenous communities. In areas where there is a higher fluency in the native language, youth suicide rates have been shown to decrease. Learning their ancestral language helps young people build a strong, positive identity. It connects them to the wisdom of their elders, instills a sense of pride in their heritage, and empowers them to carry their culture forward. Each new speaker is a testament to the resilience of their people and a promise of a brighter future. Today, a new generation of Indigenous leaders, activists, and youth are rising to challenge the lingering shadows of erasure. They are not waiting for permission to heal and reclaim what was taken. In October 2024, the North American Indigenous Student Organization at Michigan State University held a protest camp, demanding that the institution confront its history. They called for a land acknowledgement plaque detailing the tribal lands taken under the Morrill Act, and for greater support for the mere 0.3% of students who are Native. This is a powerful declaration that the past will not be forgotten, and that accountability is the first step toward justice. This spirit of renewal extends to the land itself. Across the country, tribes are leading vital restoration projects to heal the earth and revive cultural practices. In 2024, the Lummi Nation has been working to restore hundreds of acres of salt marsh, a crucial habitat for the plants and animals central to their way of life. Similarly, the Nooksack tribe is using federal funding to restore habitats for endangered salmon, which are not just a food source, but a sacred part of their ceremonies and identity. These are acts of sovereignty and stewardship, demonstrating that the connection between Indigenous people and their ancestral lands can never be broken. The federal government has also begun to take small steps toward reconciliation. Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland, the first Native American cabinet secretary, launched the Road to Healing tour in 2023. This initiative traveled across the country to gather the oral histories of boarding school survivors, ensuring their painful testimonies become part of the official public record. While a formal apology and reparations are still needed, giving survivors a platform to share their truths is a crucial part of the healing process for both individuals and the nation as a whole. It is an acknowledgement that their stories matter and must be heard. From the halls of universities to the banks of restored rivers, Indigenous peoples are writing a new chapter of resilience. They are reviving their languages, healing their lands, and demanding that their histories be told with truth and respect. This is a journey of reclaiming power, voice, and spirit. It is a testament to the enduring strength of cultures that have survived every attempt to erase them. The sun is rising on a new day, one where Indigenous futures are being shaped not by policies of erasure, but by the hands, hearts, and determined voices of their own people. The songs are returning, and they are stronger than ever.